saints say with one loving voice, Dhan nirankar ji. Saints, as we have all gathered here to seek the blessings from the Lord Master and also to recollect the teachings of Satguru Baba Hardev Singh ji Maharaj, I'm sure we all witnessed that the life of Baba Hardev Singh ji Maharaj was governed by the act of giving. He did not believe in thinking about himself, but for others in everything that he did, be it in the form of satsangs or in the form of giving that lovable smile to everyone who came in contact with him. His teachings of love, peace, compassion, kindness, tolerance, and acceptance of others is meant for the entire mankind. During his discourse, he often mentioned that to be religious, one must embed the feelings of love and compassion within one's heart, because without these feelings, it is not possible to be religious. In fact, it is these virtues that need to be executed and implemented in our day-to-day lives. दुख तेरा हो कि दुख मेरा हो, दुख की परिभाषा एक है. आंसू तेरे हो कि आंसू मेरे हो, आंसू की भाषा एक है. What this means is that if we do not realize the distress of others, or if we feel happy when others are being killed, then how can we consider ourselves as religious and pious? A saint can never think about giving pain to others. Baba Hardev Singh ji Maharaj was often heard quoting in his discourses that I did not know how to be religious until I knew how to love. What this means is that love is an essential precondition of being religious. And therefore, we must learn to love, because those who love, embrace love, they are able to make a special relation with God, Nirankar. Saints, a heart may beat biologically, but if it has no love or compassion, then it is of no use. In fact, a heart without love or compassion is worse than a piece of rock. प्यार से बड़ी कोई शक्ति नहीं, प्यार से बड़ी कोई मुक्ति नहीं, प्यार से बड़ी कोई भक्ति नहीं. Saints, I'm reminded of an instance when Satguru Baba Hardev Singh ji Maharaj visited Uganda for a spiritual tour, and a young saint, upon seeking God knowledge, questioned Babaji that since you will be leaving this country in the next couple of hours, how do you expect me to worship, because you will not be present physically? Hearing this question, Babaji pointed towards Nirankar, God, and said that you need to be connected to this Nirankar at all times, irrespective of my physical presence. Saints, that's exactly how a devotee leads his life, in complete remembrance of God, and admits, who reminds us from time to time that we must prioritize Brahm Gyan, because if we don't, then it is as if the sun is shining, but the curtains are drawn. But how to remain connected to Nirankar is a solution that also the true Master gives us in the form of Simran, which is, Tu hi Nirankar, main teri sharan ha, mainu baksh lo. Saints, this Simran is so powerful that it gives clarity in life and the purpose of life is achieved. It in fact changes the outlook of a saint because he prioritizes others and keeps his needs behind. Saints, in today's day and age, we are taken over by artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence can almost do everything from reading, understanding, analyzing. But it is the essence of spirituality which is far away from artificial intelligence. In fact, it is spirituality only which will always and always be a unique human experience only. Saints, we are truly the chosen ones by the true Master. But what is now required is faith and devotion towards our Lord Master. Faith, what that means is the belief that whatever my Lord Master is saying is absolutely correct, no matter what. Saints, I would like to share a story when Kabir ji was passing a lane. There was a group of ladies ahead of him talking amongst themselves. And within that group, there was a young lady who had recently got engaged. She was gifted a nose ring by her in-laws. She was so fascinated by the nose ring that she kept talking and praising about it. Hearing this conversation, Kabir ji said, Nathni dini yaar ki to chintan barambar, naak dini kartar ne to diya use bisar. Satsangat ji, that's exactly how our situation is nowadays. We are so engrossed in materialistic things and items that we forget that the creator of this universe is Almighty Nirankar, and we forget this creator, whereas it is this Nirankar who needs to be remembered at every given point in time. With every breath that we take, we must not forget the presence of this Almighty Nirankar. Saints, I would like to share another story. Once a mother decided to teach her child with the help of a story. So she got an empty jar and filled it with large pebbles and asked her child, "Is the jar filled?" The child said, "Yes, it is filled." Then she put in some small pebbles into the jar and asked, "Is the jar filled?" The child again replied, "Yes, the jar is filled." Then she got some sand and filled it in the jar and asked the same question to her child, that if the jar is filled. The child said the same answer, that yes, Mama, the jar is filled. Saints, the mother explained to the child that just like the large pebbles, we also need to give priority, maximum priority, to Nirankar, family, seva, simran, and satsang. Then comes the small pebbles, which are to be given less priority, which is friends and socialization. And then comes the dust particles, the sand, which have to be given the least priority in the form of gossips, hatred, and jealousy. Saints, I request from your divine feet, your holy feet, that may I become the lighthouse of this mission merely with my actions and good deeds, because they have become man to show man how to become God. Saints, say with one loving voice, Dhan Nirankar Ji.
Dhan